This samurai armour was a gift from the Emperor of Japan to Prince Alfred in 1869. It's now part of an exhibition in the Queen's Gallery at Buckingham Palace, displaying gifts and acquisitions of Japanese artefacts from the royal collection.
Made by the most outstanding craftsman. He was the personal armourer to the ruling family of Japan. And it incorporates vibrant silk lacing in blue and red to lace together these iron pieces, which create a very flexible but strong armour.
The very first diplomatic gift between Japan and England was also a samurai armour sent to King James in 1613, just a few years after the first Englishmen arrived in Japan. Shortly after, Japan isolated itself from the rest of the world and restricted access to foreigners. Japanese goods could only come to Britain via trading networks run by the Dutch, the only European traders allowed in Japan. This jar, made of Japanese porcelain, is a good example. Gilt bronze mounts were added in France to match the decoration of European interiors.
In the 17th and 18th centuries, members of the British royal family are purchasing pieces that are shipped all the way across the globe from Japan. They're very expensive, they're very precious, and they're seen as these kind of exotic, alluring, inaccessible pieces which come to furnish the royal palaces.
Relationships and gift exchanges between the two families resumed after nearly 230 years in the early 19th century. To mark the occasion, one of the largest scale gifts was donated to Britain, a pair of screen paintings. The wide variety of items on display is dominated by 4 impressive samurai armours and countless swords.
I think when people think of this exhibition, they're naturally going to be drawn to things like samurai armour and the swords, and there is plenty of that on display, so people won't be disappointed. And some of those are magnificent items. They're works of art themselves, even if they have a more functional use.
Other exquisite items include a cosmetic box by Shirayama Shosel, one of the most prestigious lacquerers of the 20th century. During the Queen's coronation in 1953, relationships between Britain and Japan had only recently thawed following World War II. The coronation gift was seen of tremendous significance, the first post-war diplomatic exchange between the two nations. The Imperial household sought a piece of the highest calibre, this lacquered box decorated with a silver heron. Japan Courts and Culture will run until February 2023. Neil Woodrow, NTD News.